Hello and very warm welcome to today's session on Fundamentals of Marketing. I am Srishti Tamrakar, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management. Today, we will explore the fundamentals of marketing that explain how business identify customer need, create value, and build meaningful relation in this competitive environment. We will also discuss the objectives of marketing, its key functions, and the strategic framework that guide marketers in achieving overall organizational goal. Finally, we will analyze the dynamic environment in which all marketing activities take place. So get ready to understand how marketing drives growth, shape consumer behavior and contributes to long-term brand success. Let's begin our journey into the fascinating world of marketing. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to clearly understand and explain the importance of marketing, not only from the perspective of businesses but also how it benefits consumer and contribute to society as a whole. You will be also able to identify the core objectives of marketing, especially how marketing aims to achieve customer satisfaction, create demand, and support the overall growth of an organization. In addition, we will also discuss the various functions of marketing, beginning with market research, and extending all the way to product distribution so that you can see how marketing operates as a complete system. We will then move to customer oriented 4 C's model and explain how it different from traditional marketing mix approach. Finally, you will be able to analyze the components of the marketing environment, including both the micro and macro factors that influence marketing decision. By connecting all these elements, you will gain a comprehensive understanding of how marketing truly works in the real world. Let's begin with a fundamental question. Why is marketing so important? Its significance extends far beyond just advertising or selling. Its impact the business, the consumer and society at large. First, marketing helps business keep up pace with change. Think about the rapid shift in consumer taste, fashion and preferences. Marketing is the function that is responsible for monitoring these changes. Ascertaining consumer needs and wants is a regular ongoing phenomenon. This leads to the continuous improvement of existing product and the introduction of new one. In this way, marketing directly contributes to providing better products and services, which in turn improves the consumer standard of living. Let's take an example of fashion brand Zara utilizes fast fashion strategies, which means rapidly shifting their product line based on emerging social media and runway trends. Similarly, Starbucks regularly survey its customer and experiments with seasonal beverages like the pumpkin spice latte based directly on changing preferences of customers. Secondly, marketing helps in making product available at all the places and throughout the year. Have you ever wondered how you can buy a Assam tea in Mumbai to get a seasonal fruit like apple and oranges in the middle of summer? This is all possible because of marketing, like proper warehousing, cold storage, and efficient supply chain helps us to facilitate all these things. Marketing therefore creates what we call time and place utilities. It ensures products are available when and where consumer need them. Like Nestle is a prime example, ensuring products like Maggi and Nescafe are available year round, even in remote part of India through a sophisticated supply chain management. Now moves to marketing importance. Marketing is a significant contributor to economic development. It directly creates employment. Think of all the jobs in advertising, personal selling, packaging and transportation. The growth of the e-commerce sector in India, for example, has created millions of jobs in logistic, warehousing and digital payments, fueling broad economic activity. Marketing also mobilizes investment by attracting businesses and new entrepreneurs. Fourth, marketing helps business increase sales volume and generate revenue. This is crucial for the long-term success of any firm. Marketing activities attract and retain customers, enhance brand visibility, and optimize what is known as the sales funnel. Companies measure this effectiveness using key metrics like conversion rate, customer acquisition cost, marketing return on investment, and customer lifetime value. For an example, targeted advertising often leads to higher conversion rates, meaning more website visitors become paying customers, directly boosting the sales of that particular company. Finally, marketing helps business meet competition effectively. In a crowded marketplace, marketing is how a company establishes its competitive advantage. This can be done through differentiation, cost leadership, or specialization. Marketing strategies highlights unique product qualities, superior services, or better pricing. A classical example is Apple, which uses innovative product design and powerful branding campaign to differentiate its product, making them highly desirable compared to competitors. Let's summarize the first session. Marketing emerges as a critical function of multiple reasons. It is not merely a department within an organization, rather, it is a dynamic force that shapes how business operate and grow. Marketing helps firms constantly adapt to changing consumer taste and preferences, ensuring that products remain relevant in a competitive marketplace. It also creates time and place utility by making products conveniently available whenever and where consumers need them. Beyond this, marketing plays a significant role in economic development by generating employment opportunities, stimulating production, and mobilizing investment across various sectors. It directly contributes to increasing sales volume and revenues, which ultimately strengthens the financial health of businesses. And finally, marketing is the most powerful tool for meeting and even outperforming competition, as it enables companies to differentiate their product with the competitor's product in a unique way. Now that we understand why marketing is important, let's look at its specific objectives. What is the marketing trying to achieve? The first and the most fundamental objective is to provide satisfaction to customers. You will notice this is a recurring theme. All marketing activities are or should be directed towards customer satisfaction. The process starts by simply ascertaining consumer needs and then producing goods and satisfying those needs effectively. But it does not stop here. The pricing, distribution function are also planned with the customer's satisfaction in mind. The second objective is an increase in demand through advertising, sales promotions, and other efforts. Marketing aims to create additional demand for products. A key part of this is the role of satisfied customer. A satisfied customer often become a repeat customer and just as importantly a brand advocate. For example, if you buy a specific gel pen and feel satisfied with the performance, you will likely buy it again. Furthermore, when you tell other about your positive experience, they will encourage to try it, thus creating a new customer. Now, the third objective is provide better quality product to customers. This is a basic objective of marketing. In a competitive environment, business houses must constantly try to update and upgrade their knowledge and technology. Why? Because if they do not, they will be phased out of the competition. Customers expect continuous improvement, and marketing is responsible for communicating and delivering that. Now, the next objective is create goodwill for the organization. Marketing is not just about a single transaction, it is about building a good public image and creating strong, positive association with the company. This goodwill is incredibly valuable. It helps in maintaining customer loyalty to the product and crucially makes it easier for companies to launch new products as customers are more willing to trust a brand they already view favorably. Finally, the fifth objective is to generate profitable sales volume. Let's be clear, while customer satisfaction is the means, the ultimate objective of all the marketing efforts is to generate profitable sales. By taking care of customer needs and wants, by providing the right goods at price they can afford and at place and time that are convenient. A business will ultimately achieve its goal of increased sales and profit by providing right goods at right time to the targeted customers. Now let's quickly review the objectives of marketing and you will notice that each one naturally builds upon the next. It also begins with the most fundamental goal, achieving customer satisfaction. When customers are satisfied, they not only stay loyal but also create steady increase in demand for the company's product and services. So, to maintain this satisfaction, especially in a high competitive market, a firm must consistently deliver better quality products and meet or exceed exceptions. When an organization does this repeatedly, it gradually develops a strong goodwill and a positive reputation in the marketplace. And ultimately, the combined effort of all these efforts, customer satisfaction, rising demand, superior quality, and long term goodwill, leads to the final and the most important goal of marketing, that is, generating a profitable level of sales volume for the business. We now move to the how of marketing, its functions. These are the specific activities that marketers undertake. The very first function is marketing research. This is the systematic process of collecting, recording, and analyzing data that is relevant to marketing. It involves gathering information like customer need, buying habit of customers, competitors, price, and the effectiveness of advertising. This research is vital for marketing rational, informed decision. For example, Coca-Cola continuously conduct market research to understand changing customer preferences. They notice a trend towards health consciousness. This research led to the introduction of Diet Coke and Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. This data-driven approach helped them maintaining their market leadership. The second function is product planning and development. It's important to understand that marketing starts much before the actual production begins. Marketers use the data from this research to plan and design a product that truly meets customer need. This function also applies to modifying and improving existing products. A great example is Amazon. When developing a new device like the Amazon Echo, the company gathered extensive insight on how customer might use smart home technology. This research guided the product's design from the very beginning, ensuring it meet real customer demand. Third, we have buying and assembling. This function involves the buying and collection of required goods for trading organizations like a retailer. This means buying finished goods for resale. For a manufacturing organization, it involves buying raw material and components needed for production. Take an example, a car manufacturing like Tata Motors buy engines and tires and electronics from various suppliers and assemble them into a finished vehicle. This function ensures the right quantity and quality of goods are processed at right price and time. Our fourth function is packaging. Packaging involves putting goods into attractive packets according to the convenience of customers. This is more complex function than it appears. Marketers must consider the size of the package and the type of material used, like bottles, boxes, cans, and so on. But packaging is also a powerful promotional tool. It is an attractive and innovative package which directly influences customer to buy that product. The iconic contoured glass bottle of Coca-Cola is a perfect example. It is instantly recognizable and enhances the brand identity. It also important to note the difference between packaging and packing, which means putting goods in container for transportation. Next one is standardization and grading. Standardization refers to developing standards for products in terms of their shape, design, color, and other characteristics. This ensures uniformity and quality, which builds consumer confidence. When a product is standardized, customers know exactly what to expect. Grading, on the other hand, involves separating product into different classes based on quality or size. This is common for agriculture or mineral product like cotton, timber or iron ore. The sixth function is one you are very familiar with, that is branding. Branding means giving an attractive name, symbol or identity mark to a product to differentiate it from competitors. It is how customers identify and remember a product. For example, Surf is the brand name for detergent powder from Hindustan Unilimited. Likewise, Colgate for toothpaste or Lux for soap. A strong brand is a significant asset for a company. Now the next function is pricing the product. This is the critical and the high sensitive function. Pricing involves fixing the product's price, and this decision must balance several factors like cost of production, the customer ability and willingness to pay, and also the price of competitor's product. It is a key decision because it directly influences both sales volume and profitability of business. The eighth function is promotion of the product. This function includes all the activities that involves communicating with existing and prospective customers. The goal is to make customer aware of the product, its features, its price and its availability, and ultimately to motivate them to buy that product. The main tool for promotion are advertising, personal selling, sales promotion like giving discounts, etc. Now, the ninth function is distribution. This function has two parts. The first part involves the sale of products, often using middlemen such as wholesaler and retailers. Now, these channels make the product available at convenient points for the ultimate consumers. The second part is physical transfer, which involves warehousing and transportation of goods from one point of production to the point of sale. The overall objective of distribution is to ensure consumers get the right goods in right quantity at right place and at right time. Our 10th function is selling. This is the core point of transfer. Selling is the function where the ownership of goods is transferred from seller to the ultimate buyer in exchange for a price. This process involves informing the prospective buyers, arousing their interest, and persuading them to buy the product that will satisfy their needs. 11th function is storage and warehousing. Storage refers to holding and preserving goods from the time they are produced until they are sold. This is essential because there is often a gap between production and consumption. Warehousing is a term used for large scale storage facilities. For example, cold storage facilities allow us to consume seasonal vegetables like potatoes throughout the year. Finally, the 12th function is transportation. This refers to physical movement of goods from one place to another. In marketing, this includes moving raw material to the factor and moving finished goods from the factory to the place of consumption. This is done through various means like railways, roadways, waterways, and airways, with the choice depending on the cost, speed, and nature of the good. Let's briefly recap the flow. We can see that marketing is a comprehensive process. It starts with research and product planning before the item even exists. It involves the physical logistic of buying, assembling, packaging, standardizing, storing, and transporting the goods. And simultaneously, it includes the commercial and strategic aspect of branding, pricing, promotion, and distribution. All of these culminate in the functions of selling. Each function is critical to the overall success of marketing effort. Now we turn to one of the most famous models in all the marketing, which is the marketing mix. The marketing mix is a set of actions or tactics that a company uses to promote its product or services. It is most commonly represented by the 4 P's of marketing. The first P is product. This is the most important component. Product does not just mean the physical goods, it also includes the quality, design, brand name, packaging, and even the services, guarantees, and warranty that comes with it. The product mix involves all the decisions related to planning and developing the right product for the target customer. The second P is price. As we discussed in this function, price is very sensitive component. The price mix involves decision on the selling price as well as any discount or commissions. When setting a price, a firm must consider its production cost, the demand for the product, the price of competitors, and the value that customer perceived in the product. The third P is place, which is also known as the distribution mix. This component involves two key activities. The first is the selection of distribution channels. This means deciding how the product will get to the customer. And will it be sold directly through retailer or wholesaler or through direct promotion? The second part is physical distribution, which includes all the activities like transportation, warehousing, and inventory control needed to get the finished product to the customers effectively. The fourth P is promotion. The promotion mix includes all the activities used to communicate with the target market. As we covered in the functions, this includes personal selling, advertising, sales promotion, and public relations. In today's competitive market, a proper promotional policy is essential to attract customers, provide them with information, and create demand for the product. The 4 P's model is the traditional foundation, but for services based business, an extended marketing mix known as the 7 P's is often used. This model includes the original 4 P's and adds 3 more. The fifth P is people. This refers to employees of the organization with whom customers come into contact. In a service business, the person delivering the service is often a part of product itself. The sixth P is process. This refers to the process and system within the organization that affect the marketing process and the delivery of the service. Here, two questions arises. Is the process efficient or is it easy for the customer to take? Now, the next P is physical environment or physical evidence. This refers to the elements within the store or service environment, such as the store front, the cleanness, the signboards, or even the uniforms employees wear. It provides tangible clues about the quality of the services. While the 4 Ps model is from the company's perspective, in 1993, Robert F. Lauterborn proposed a 4 Cs classification. This is a more customer oriented version that better fits the modern move from mass marketing to niche marketing. But why this shift? Why move from P's to C's? It reflects a change in philosophy to see the process from customer point of view. Product is replaced by consumer. The focus shifts from what can we sell to what does the consumer need. The goal is to create a customer solution to customer's problem. Next one is price, which is replaced by cost. This is a crucial distinction. Cost reflects the total cost of ownership for the consumer. This includes the price but also the cost of implementing the new product, the cost of not choosing a competitor, and the time and the effort spent to acquire that product. Next one is place, which is replaced by convenience. With the rise of the internet, a physical place is less relevant. Convenience take into account the ease of buying the product, finding information about it and assessing it. Now promotion. Promotion is replaced by communication. Promotion can feel like a one-way message. Communication implies a two-way dialogue between organization and the consumer, which can include advertising, public relation, and viral or social media engagement. To review this important section, we look at two major models that guide strategic planning in marketing. The first is the traditional marketing mix, the 4 Ps: product, price, place, promotion. These represent the set of controllable tools a company uses to influence demand and shape how the market responds. It is fundamentally a company centric view, focusing on what the business offers and how it presents those offerings. In contrast, the more modern 4 Cs model, that is consumer, cost, convenience, and communication, reframes the entire process from the customer point of view. Instead of asking, what are we offering? It asks, what does the customer truly want, value, and experience? A successful marketing today must be able to understand and integrate both models, using the 4 Ps to design a strong marketing strategy while constantly evaluating it through the lens of 4 Cs to ensure that every decision ultimately aligns with customer needs and expectations. We now arrive at our last topic of this session, the marketing environment. Marketing activities cannot be practiced in isolation. They are influenced by a number of factors, both inside and outside the company. According to Philip Kotler, the marketing environment refers to the external factor and forces that affect the company's ability to develop and maintain successful relationships with target customers. This environment consists of internal and external forces. The internal environment includes factors within the firm which the manager can control. The external environment includes factors outside the firm. These are further divided into micro and macro environments. But why do we need to separate these factors? Because they require different strategies. A company can influence its micro environment, but it can usually only adapt to its macro environment. Let's look at external factors in more detail. The macro environment consists of the broad societal forces or factors that have an indirect long term effect on the business. These are generally uncontrollable. First is the political environment. This includes taxation policy, government stability, and foreign trade regulations. For example, Tesla has faced increased cost in various countries due to tariffs on imported parts. These political decisions directly impact Tesla's pricing strategy. Our next factor is economic environment or economic factor. This includes factors like interest rate, inflation, and unemployment. During period of high inflation, for example, the cost of raw material for car manufacturer like Ford or Honda increases. This forces them to raise price, which can reduce customer demand. Third is social or cultural environment. This includes population demographics, lifestyle changes, and customer attitude. A powerful example is the rise of plant based food products. Companies like Beyond Meat and Oats have tapped into a growing social trend of health conscious and environmental awareness, creating a entirely new market. Continuing with macro environment, the technological environment, which is influenced by new discoveries, the speed of technology transfer, and rate of obsolescence. This factor can create massive disruption. A famous negative example is Nokia. Once the market leader, Nokia was slow to adopt the new smartphone technology of iOS and Android and quickly lost its market share to competitors like Apple and Samsung. Ecological environment considers how an organization can produce its goods with minimal environmental damage. This is increasingly important to consumers. The outdoor clothing company Patagonia is a prime example. It focuses on using sustainable material and recycled polyester, which strengthen its brand loyalty among environmental conscious consumers. Finally, the last one is legal environment, which covers areas such as taxation, employment law, and environmental protection laws. A stark example is Volkswagen's 2015 emission scandal. The company violated environmental laws, leading to massive fines, vehicle recalls, and several damage to its brand reputation. Now let's look at the microenvironment. These are external forces, but they are more directly related to the firms and are more controllable than the macro forces. Here, the first one is suppliers. These organizations provide the resources needed to produce goods and services. They are vital because they determine the quality and the cost of final product. Second one is marketing intermediaries. These are the organizations that help in the flow of goods such as wholesaler, retailer and distribution firms. They assist the company in advertising, selling, and distributing its product. Third factor is customers. Customers are the focal point of any business. They are the individuals who purchase the firm's product and directly influence demand and product. Now, the next one is competitors. These are the other firms selling similar goods in the same market. It is necessary to constantly monitor competitors' move to maintain a competitive advantage. Now, the next factor is public. This refers to any group that has an actual or potential interest in the company, such as local communities or the media. Maintaining good public relation is essential for building goodwill. So let's recap our final section, the marketing environment. A company never operates in isolation. It is constantly influenced by range of external forces that shape both its opportunities and its challenges. On the broader level, we have the macro environment, which consists of large scale societal forces that are beyond the company's control. This can be easily remembered through the acronym PASTEL: political, economic, social, technological, ecological, and legal factor. Each of these elements can significantly impact how a business functions and how its marketing strategies perform. Closer to the company, we have the microenvironment. These are the players and groups that directly affect the firm's ability to serve its customers, such as suppliers who provide inputs, intermediaries who help distributing these products, customers who ultimately purchase them, and competitors who challenges the firm in the market. And the last is public, whose perception can influence the brand's reputation. A truly successful marketing strategy depends on the continuously observing, analyzing, and adapting to all of these environmental forces. Only by staying responsive to both micro and macro factors, so business can remain competitive and relevant in the industry. So let's conclude our session. Marketing is a comprehensive and essential business discipline. We have seen it is built on a clear understanding of its importance and its core objectives, the foremost of which is customer satisfaction. Marketing is executed through a set of critical functions from initial research and product design to the final sales and distribution. These actions are strategically planned using the models like the traditional marketing mix, that is 4 Ps, which provides the tactical levels, and the customer focused 4 Cs model, which provides the modern perspective. And finally, all the marketing activities must be planned and executed while navigating the complex and ever changing marketing environment, which includes both the close-in micro forces and broad macro forces. Mastering these interconnected concepts is the foundation of any successful marketing strategy. Thank you all for your attention and active participation throughout this session on fundamentals of marketing. I hope this lecture has helped you gain a clear understanding of how marketing connects organizations with customer and drive business success. As we move forward, remember marketing is not just about selling product, but about creating value, building trust, and fostering long-term relationships.